You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They're addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clock it. They don't wanna make a second of this HT content. Everybody got something to say, so it's an open invitation. Bring it to the table, but if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry. Try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Is that Miss Trevesia Marion in the chat? Hey everybody, welcome back to the hood table. Thanks everybody who's coming on in. Come on in, come on in. Hit the like button. Yes. Hit the like button, hit the heart button, hit the share button. Subscribe to the hood table on YouTube if you're not already subscribed. We have a very special guest today. And she is from our hometown, Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So me and Carmel Diva, we are going to host an interview today for this interview with somebody from our hometown that we definitely want you to meet. Go ahead and please. Yes.
So hello everybody. My name is Trevesia Marion. As she said, I'm from Omaha nowadays by way of Houston. I'm living in Houston, Texas. But I'm loving it here, and I am from Omaha. I have written a book, and that is what we're here to talk about. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me here.
You are so very welcome, and I'm so excited to have you here. Carmel Diva was telling me about your books and how she wanted to have you on the show, and so we just have to, fit it into each other's schedule. So I am really, really glad to have you on here and have people meet you and find out about what type of author you are, what type of material you write.
Of course.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background and how you decided you wanted to become an author of Black children books.
Okay. So as I've already said, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, of course. And that kind of gave me a lot of drive behind what I decided I wanted to do. So I have a clothing line and just a lifestyle brand called Young Black Visionaries. And my whole goal behind that was to just be completely Black all the time. So my clothing line it's all Black inspired. It's inspirational quotes and everything on shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. And I wanted to start there and move further into teaching Black history, giving us a little bit more of our stuff, teaching more about Black music, movies, TV, everything that's kind of just behind the scenes, but we know we got it.
Oh, yes. We got a lot. You want to hit her off first with the questions, Carmel Diva?
Yeah, you already answered kind of, what was your inspiration for writing these books? And I think that's very I'm missing the word, but I want to say, I think that's wonderful that you want to educate and inspire our younger generations and let them know about our history that we have not always.
She'll get it. She'll get it when she finds out she's kicked out, that her connection is going back. But yeah, she'll jump back in and then she'll finish asking you her question that she wants to answer.
Fine. That's fine.
Yes, everybody in the chat, your mother, Trevesia Marion, that's her mother right here. She said, hey. Edward McAfee said, what's up, gorgeous ladies? Make sure you guys are sharing the live. Share the live. Make sure you give us a like. You said, I know we had you on here to talk about your Black children's book, but did you say you were a designer as well?
Yeah, so I have a clothing line called Young Black Visionaries. So At this point, I couldn't even tell you. It's been a few years, so I couldn't even tell you how many shirts and hoodies and sweatsuits and whatnot I've designed. But
Okay.
they're just all Black inspired. So you'll just have the melanin dripping shirts, and
Mm-hmm.
the shirt she bought is saying I'm a Black girl from Nebraska, because that's what we talked about. That's what they always ask. So are
Okay.
there Black people in Nebraska? So I just made a shirt that says Black girl from Nebraska, or I just got a
Oh,
lot of different stuff. A lot of different stuff.
did you say you made something that says there are Black girls in
It
Nebraska?
just says Black girl from Nebraska, so they're not
Girl,
confused.
I I need me something like that because I'm tired of telling people, yeah, we reside here. There's Black people here.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, Carmel Diva, you back? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong
It's
with her.
always,
Oh Lord.
that's
Huh?
always
Connection still bad.
Are you
I'm
in a
back,
good
baby. I'm
location?
back.
Okay.
Is it sounding better?
It's still a little like
A
delayed or something.
lag, yeah.
It's like a lag. You
Can
want
you
to
hear
move?
me? Oh, let me try a different room. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me a
Okay.
second. I move slowly.
Okay. I'm gonna just mute her for the
But
meantime.
while
So
we
give us go give us the name of the children's book that you have out right now.
So it's called Someone Black Invented That, is what it's called.
Okay.
Someone
Someone
Black
Black
Invented
convinced
That.
that. And you
Mm-hmm.
want to hold it up a little bit more
Yep.
so they can
Yep.
see? Okay, that's cool. Now, is that the actual size or is of the
Yep.
book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. So on
Yep. So
the
it's a
inside, is
full.
it like big letter? Okay, all right.
Yep. We got lots of information in there. Lots of information.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, tell me a little bit about the book. Now, it's called Someone Black Invented That. And I see
Mm-hmm.
that you have a question mark
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the title.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's explain that.
So a lot of the things that we see daily, so one of the inventions, for instance, is the elevator. So it's something that we use all the time. We see it daily, but it's not common knowledge that that's invented by a Black person. Or your thermostat. We don't know that those inventions came through from a Black person. We don't know those things. So it's just kind of the question of like, someone Black invented that, because most of the time, those day-to-day things that we use, we don't have any clue that it was built on Black people's backs, or that Black people literally invented those things. And if you look, sometimes you can find other names instead of the Black person who invented it, and
Right.
that's not actually who made it.
Right. You are absolutely right about that. Now, in the book, you have like several things that Black people invented, or
Yes, so it's 6 different inventors.
okay,
Every inventor has at least one invention, but a couple of them have a few.
okay,
So it's, there are a couple of them who invented several things, and that's just that was their career. They started, and that's all they ever did was
mhm,
inventions. And then there are other people who just invented one thing and they went on to do other things. So I just
okay,
talk a little bit about at least those 6 inventors and their inventions.
okay. And as far as like the layout of the book, is it made for like a certain age range? Is it pretty
Yes.
easy to read and follow for like the really young, the little learners, the new learners, learning how to read?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what I did was I put small stories before the history. So I
Okay.
did like a small fictional story, So if we're talking about an invention of the elevator, I kind of do a small story that has nothing to do with the invention or the inventor, just to kind of reel the kid in, something
Mhm.
fun that reminds them of a regular children's book, and then I kind of give them the history of the person in a very easy way, in layman's terms. The kid can understand it if they're a kindergartner, but then if you want your 3rd or 4th grader to read it, they can also read it.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Go ahead, Karma Diva.
I'm just listening.
Well, I
I'm
know you was
listening
going
to
to
what
answer
you're
her.
talking about.
I know you were going to answer a question before your internet was tripping on us.
I
Do
don't
you
even
remember what you
remember.
was going to ask
I
her?
don't.
Okay.
That's why.
Well, Well, a lot of people in the chat, I mean, somebody in the chat is giving a lot of examples, by the way, what Black people invented. They mentioned golf tee, potato chips, dry cleaning, cell phones, super soaker, internet, traffic lights, and Washington, D.C. Now,
A couple of those are in here. I'm not going to say which ones, but a couple of them are in here.
Okay, all right, awesome. Yeah, your mother said 402 Revenue is hitting it on the nail on the head with all the inventions. Thank you, 402 Revenue. But yeah, so as far as like, so you make it like for children, like children books, so terms they can use. Then before you do it, layman terms, and you put the pictures and everything in there. Can you read us like a little excerpt, or maybe
Of
one
course,
of your
I sure can.
favorite passages? Okay.
Let's see. That's kind of hard. I want to say my favorite will have to be Garrett A. Morgan, because he was kind of one of the serial inventors. He didn't have just one thing, he had several things. Of course, he had the most notables, but he had several different inventions, and he wasn't really set up for that. So that's why I really like that inventor. The ones who didn't kind of come straight out of school the way we're used to and go on to do something great, those are my favorites, because that's what we would relate to. Kind of coming from where a lot of us come from, we would relate to those people who don't necessarily get the best of the best, but still come out, doing very well. So I just have, like I said, I got like a little excerpt just saying a little bit about, it's just about the dad on the road driving, so it's a kid and his dad, and they're just driving, and he's kind of asking like, well, let's play a game of what if. And so the dad's like, well, what's what if? So he's like, well, what if this? What if that? And so the dad goes on to explain to him that the traffic light may have been invented by someone Black, So after he explains that to him, then I kind of go into the history of it. So I say one of the most influential inventors of this time, Garrett A. Morgan, had several inventions, all still important in society today, with only an elementary school education. So again, that goes back to ain't nothing, not even high school, and only an elementary school education. He was 7 of 11 children. So he was in a big family, no education. Morgan took his learning and his future into his own hands. Working as a sewing machine mechanic, he began learning the tricks of the trade and making improvements to the functionality of the sewing machine. So that's how he started. And then he got a patent for that. And he moved into the sewing machine. He made the sewing machine what it is today. So literally the sewing machines that we use, he made that possible. And then he moved into the traffic light.
See, and I didn't know that part. I didn't know that.
I knew about the street light, and I knew about the what was it, the gas mask. I knew about those, and yeah, that was it, the gas mask, because he was doing that for the miners. They would go down there and they would have those gas explosives.
Yep, and they ended up using those in the war too.
Oh, wow.
Didn't he? He did something to the scuba tanks too, didn't he?
Yeah, same thing. They used it. A lot of the inventions they ended up turning into a whole bunch of different stuff, and they just stopped crediting the person. But same thing, it was the gas mask.
Okay, of course. Well, that's good. That is really, really good. I like how even that little story right there, me and Karma Diva didn't know some of the stuff that he did invent. And I like how you included in there like what type of family he come from. Even for little kids, they can get that part, like especially if they might be in a low income family. Their parents might not have graduated from college, things like that. So yeah, I like that. Congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
How long has the book been out?
For about a little over a month now, so it hasn't been out very long. I've been writing it for a while, because I'll tell you, that's another one of the reasons that I wanted to write. A lot of our information was burned years and years ago. So there's actually one inventor in here that I had to just go ahead and say, like, look, I searched high and low. I ended up finding a couple of videos of other people discouraged, saying they searched high and low, couldn't find very much about her. So it took me a while to write it, because I was all over this town in the library.
Now, can I know who that was? Maybe I might know a little.
It was Alice Parker.
Alice Parker?
Alice Parker.
What is she known for?
The She invented the thermostat, and
Oh,
that's not something that you can really find very much about. So when it was time for me to find her information, even her picture was hard to find. I went to several libraries and was finally able to track down something, but I couldn't find it concrete in one book. So if
Okay.
you just Googled her, you would find a picture. But then if you Googled Madam C.J. Walker, it might be the same picture. So
Mm-hmm.
you
oh.
like, wait a minute, so who is
Wait a
this
minute, I
then?
know that ain't her.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So they just literally had the same picture for like three or four different black women.
Because we
And
all look alike.
yep, the information is all tangled. It's really difficult to find, but that's why I wanted to press through, because if nobody does it, we'll never have it, and before you
Right,
know it, we just lose it.
which is why I am so grateful that you are doing this to put
Mhm.
that information out there so that we know this. Um, like I said, it's great that we're teaching our kids this, but there's a lot that we as adults don't know
Mhm.
because so much of our history has been appropriated, has been
Right.
stolen, has been
Erased.
changed, right. And
Mm-hmm.
so there's a lot that hell, I'm learning right now that I did not
Right.
I had never heard of her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I'm gonna have to go and look her up.
Yep.
Do you have any other books you're thinking about right now?
I don't have any now, but I'm definitely got some in the works. The inventions is one thing, but there are so many things. We got a lot of black first. We pioneered a lot of
Oh, yeah.
things in a lot of different places, in a lot of different spaces.
Yep.
So for sure, there will be others for sure.
Well, I'm glad
Now
you
I want to
mentioned.
give you an idea because it seems like you're such a very prolific researcher. Have you
Mhm.
ever heard of the Harlem Hellcats?
I have.
I
Okay,
think that
please, who are they?
they were a
I
World
haven't
War
even heard of them.
One. They were a World War I all black regiment,
Uh-huh.
Oh.
and basically they were fighting in France, and the Allies was getting their asses kicked,
Right.
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I believe it was 10 of them came, and I mean, like, when I say they took out like a whole platoon of Nazis single-handedly,
Mhm.
and France wanted to award them basically the like what we would give a Purple Heart here for.
Right.
They
Right.
wanted to award them that, but the U.S. told them, don't you give those. Well, they probably said something else, but don't you give them
Right.
black
Mhm.
men an award in front of them white soldiers
Right.
because then they'll come home thinking that they're on the same playing field as the white folks
As the
here at
white people
home.
here. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
a lot of those black folks a lot of those black over there, when they got back home, they were jobless, penniless. They turned to alcoholism. Some of them were even homeless. They weren't even granted their veteran benefits.
Right.
They couldn't
Right.
even go to the VA hospital and be seen.
Mhm. I was
And
actually talking to my mom about that not too long ago. We were talking about just zoning and home owning, and I had to explain to her what redlining was, and just kind of what it looked like for
Yeah, I mean,
for
but a
people
lot of
coming
people
back
don't
home.
know what that is.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
people
So for
don't.
people coming back home, what that looked like for those veterans, and where they were they were finally given places to stay after so long of being homeless. They were given places to stay because when they came back home, they didn't get a place to stay right away. So when they
Mhm.
finally did, they were all the black people, all the Mexican people, all the Indian people were all put in these little hoods instead of what they should have been do.
you see,
Mhm.
and a lot of
Yep.
people don't understand here in Omaha, like the projects that used to be down there on 24th Street, the
Mhm.
the Logan Fontanelle,
Mhm.
those were
Yep.
actually built for the GIs, the white GIs
Mm.
Oh,
initially. They were
really?
built for the white. Oh yeah, it was hard to get. It was hard for black people to get in those. And then they started building those little tract houses over there,
Mhm.
like off of like 37th and Lake. That's why
Mhm.
all those little houses look like
I
little
want to say it
box.
got something to do with them being called Vietnam.
It was called Vietnam, but it was
I was thinking that I wasn't sure if that was wide. I figured that wasn't wide, so I ain't saying
Yeah, I know.
it.
Yeah, I was wondering like if that was why I called it Vietnam. That might. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think it started being called Vietnam until around our era, or maybe a little bit before our era, Tanya.
Okay.
And I think had a lot to do with the drugs and the
That's
gangs,
what I was
and
thinking. I thought
Yeah.
it was just gang stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and it did get real. You see, you weren't even born then, but it got
Mm-mm.
really, really bad down there, really
Yeah.
Yeah.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of that, like you said, that redlining,
Yeah.
and that those VA homes, and then of course the white vets. A lot of them, I can't say all of them, but
Yeah.
most of them started moving away. I don't know how the housing projects started in other cities. I kind of think they did start out kind of the same way, as a way
I
to
think so for the most
Probably
house
part.
so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to house these GIs when they first
Mm-hmm.
got home. And then they started going, well, wait a minute, I don't want to live here. My wife wants a house with a lawn, and
Right.
and they
Mm-hmm.
started moving away, and the black GIs, or just black families, period,
Mm-hmm.
started moving in. But I know a lot of the families, which played into the welfare system. Okay, the mama and the kids can move in, but we can't have you on welfare with an able-bodied man living
Right.
in these houses, which
Right.
is part of the destruction of the black family. But that's a whole nother
Yeah.
that's a
That's a
whole nother
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah.
topic.
For
show,
sure.
child.
For
Whole nother
sure.
show.
For
But
sure.
so you said the book only been out for a month, so it's brand new. It's
Yes.
basically brand new. And I was gonna say earlier, I'm glad you mentioned like the kind of the difficulties that you had, because I was gonna ask you, was it kind of hard to get all these stories together? Because like you said, a lot of things that we should know is not out there and as
Mm-hmm.
available, as it should be. We're getting depleted, we're getting erased. And even still, a lot of these people aren't spoken about in school.
Right.
So I'm glad you mentioned, like, how you kind of went about to get some of the information that you needed for the book. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing I was going to ask you was, is it anywhere else besides Amazon, so we can let the people know? I do know it's on Amazon, and I'm going to order me one. I don't have little kids, but I do have a little G baby that will be here one day, and
Oh.
I want my book now, so I can already start me. I want to start making a collection of
Yeah.
books. You know what I mean? For the shelf and everything in the baby room and all that. So yeah. So I'm gonna get mine now. But yeah, go ahead and tell us where they can find your book.
Of course. So it's on Amazon, like you said, and then it's on youngblackvisionaries.com. So it's on my website, youngblackvisionaries.com. And when
Okay.
you get it from there, it's free shipping, and I'll sign it for you as well. So if you get it from Amazon, you kind of just get it. But then if you get it from me, you get it signed.
Okay.
I'm getting
So
signed
if we want to
copies.
start
Right, yours
get it
is signed.
out, yeah. So if you want your stuff, if you want her John Hancock, get it from the youngvisionaries.com. And I'm gonna
Yep,
get all that information.
youngblackvisionaries.com. Yep, I'll
Okay.
send
And
it to you.
there's a lot of other stuff. I kind of went through your website. There is a ton of other merchandise on there,
Mm-hmm.
especially pro black merchandise on there. I implore you to go look, to shop. There is a lot of stuff on there. I mean, honey, I seen a lot of shirts. I was like, oh, I'm coming back for that.
Yeah, because you got pretty far, because that was an early shirt that you bought. So I was like, oh, she went and look. Yeah.
I did, honey. I go and scroll. I was trying to find the end, but baby, it was like, okay, well, go ahead, girl. I made
So
a whole bunch of shirts.
is it Young Visionary or Young Visionaries?
It's Young Black Visionaries.
Okay, Young
With an
Black
S
Vision.
or a G.
An S. It's just everything spelled out right. Young Black Visionaries.
Okay. Okay, I'm about to share the screen, okay?
Okay.
So that everybody can see. There you are.
That's it.
Oh, that's so cute. That's your
Yeah.
website.
Yeah. So I did like a commercial for the book. And the little girl
Oh,
climbing is my god sister's daughter. That's my little niece. And then her
oh,
friend we got on there. So they
oh,
were
that
so
is really
cute. They were so cute.
cute. I like that. I'm gonna click over here to where it says shop, and hopefully everybody can see.
Yep, I can see it right now.
Okay, so this is the website, you guys, www.youngblackvisionaries.com. And she does have clothing, a clothing line, t-shirts. I definitely want to get me a t-shirt, the one that said Black girls live in Omaha, or it says something like that. Black girls from
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Black girl from Nebraska.
yeah, Black girl from Nebraska. I definitely want to get that one. Oh, you got the Martin, living single, insecure. You got all of them.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
did a movie and TV over the summer, and
Okay.
just kind of took my time and went through some of the classics and kind of did a little bit with those. I did little videos and everything, little photo shoots. I visited LA, so I got to sit in front of Issa's little apartment for Insecure. So that's where I took that picture, and I was really able to get
Ooh.
into it and get into the history of it because even directors and stuff are all black. So it was just fun to get back into our stuff.
I love me some
Yeah,
Issa.
see?
That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, mine too. Mine
Insecure.
too. Mine too.
I've
And
never
that's the
watched that
apartment in
show.
the show.
You said what?
Is that
I
the
said I've
apartment from
never
the
watched
show?
it.
Yeah,
Oh, go
that's the
ahead. Go ahead.
apartment. Yep, she said
Okay.
she's never watched it. It's good.
I
I
love
tried
it.
to get my mom to watch it too. You should watch it. It's really, really
Mhm.
good. It's they're short shows. They're only 30 minutes, but it's well written and well thought out. And then as it
Yes.
goes, you can feel and see them growing, and that feels
Yep.
good too. Kind of watching it and seeing that her writer's getting better.
Yep.
Her directors are getting better. Her producers are getting better. Her producers are turning into people like Kerry Washington instead of
Uh-huh.
people we didn't know. So it went
Hmm.
from her and
Okay.
her friends to people we know, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're seeing more people who we know and love in her stuff. So
And they
it's
Yes.
it's
getting
I've
a
been
really
better.
good
watching that
show.
show. I've been following that show since day one, and I actually do TV reviews on it when it's in season. So I
Oh,
do
okay.
I do a live TV review every week. But yeah, that's one of my favorite shows. I do reviews on
Yeah,
a lot of different black shows, black series, things like that.
that's a
But
good one. That's a
yes,
fun one. And
yes.
yep, that was the Dune. So I went, and it's so funny because California's so different that I had
Mhm.
like this long, and those apartments was over, and it's in the hood. So I was looking around like
Uh-huh.
I'm just taking a picture, y'all. I'm sorry.
See, sometimes you don't know because sometimes like they might have like a setup, but it's not really like a real house in a real neighborhood. It
It
might
really
just
was
be
that time
yeah.
though. Yeah, hers is
Mhm.
really the neighborhood, but it's just that
So it
California is
wasn't
so
on like
tight together.
some lot somewhere.
No, yeah, it was actually that place. But when you get there, it's houses around it, and it's not that big of an apartment complex at all.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, it's not
awesome.
that
That is
big. But
so
yep,
exciting. I love me some Issa.
I do too. I do too.
Oh wow, that is so exciting. But you guys, this is her website. So all her information, I am going to have her get me her IG, email, if she has like a Facebook fan page or
Hmm.
anything like that. I'm gonna make sure I get that from her and put it in the description of the video. So every time somebody comes across this video, they can go ahead and get that information from you. And again, she said the book you can purchase at her website, youngblackvisionaries.com. And if you
Hmm.
buy the book from there, she will actually sign it for you and then she will mail it to you. But if you order it on Amazon, it won't be signed.
Right,
So
correct.
yeah. So that's great. That's awesome. I can't wait to get my book and I'm going to order a shirt as well. So yeah. Frida, your mom said she put it up. Yes, well thank you so much for joining us
Of
today. I'm
course.
so
Thank you for
proud of
having me.
no problem.
Thank
I'm so proud of
you.
you.
Thank
Everybody
you so
who
much.
one thing about it is from our city, like a lot of people, like we was joking earlier about the black people from Nebraska, but it is people out there who act like they don't believe black people live in Nebraska. So it's always nice to see somebody, doing something big in our city, And we're always down to promote people, and whether it's authors, whether it's somebody who owns a store, a musician, we
Right.
got rappers on here, all kind of people. So I love to promote our own.
Yes, I'm all for that.
Yes, yes. And Carmel Diva is back. You want to say anything, Carmel Diva, before we wrap it up?
I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I think it's this weather messing with my internet.
Yeah.
But I
Probably.
am so grateful that you were able to join us this evening,
Of
and that we
course.
were able to showcase and promote, these achievements that you are doing. And I'm so proud of you as
Thank
your big
you.
cousin and as a fellow
Yes,
Omaha.
ma'am.
Anything else that you have that you want to put out there, please let us know. And you are
Of
more
course.
than welcome to come on here anytime.
Of
Hmm.
course. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all letting me showcase the book and my website and my clothing and everything I got going on. On Wednesday nights, I actually do a podcast as well with
Okay.
two
Oh,
young gentlemen. Yes, I sure do. It's called The Heated Debates. We do it on Facebook Live.
Oh,
So
really?
oh,
we just kind of go on a topic and we get to
Mhm.
talking, and you can chime in on ours. So we
now
kind of like
don't make
yours. It's
don't
live.
she
It's
don't want me to
live.
come on there now, do she?
I
Tell
know.
the truth, she don't want me to come on there
But
because,
what y'all can do though,
honey,
even tomorrow, if you want to, if you get on my Facebook, y'all can come in and comment. So all the
Okay.
comments are rolling in on whatever subject we talking about, people talking stuff. So I
Okay,
do
that's
and
that
you
as
make
what's
sure
up.
well.
you come to Friday Night Live because that's when
I
it's
sure will.
no holds barred, honey.
Okay, I sure will.
Yeah.
I sure will.
Ain't pretty,
Yeah,
you
every
can't come to
Friday.
that one. That
Yes, she does. You are more than welcome. But no, every Friday night at 9 p.m. we have a it's called Friday Night Live at 9 p.m. on Fridays on our YouTube channel. And
Mhm.
it's like no topics off limit, no host bar. We talk about everything from the hood to the White House, whether it's celebrity news, trending news, hood
They the
news.
same right now in the hood in
You
the White
know,
House.
it's like, girl,
with that psycho nut in the office. I'm not leaving. I'm not
he
leaving.
ain't leaving.
Okay.
He ain't leaving. He ain't trying to leave.
Look, we'll duct
The
tape your ass to
ghetto.
that chair and roll you right on out the front door.
And we go get Day Day in there from the hood to get him up out of there.
That's
We
Right.
why he
get
got a whole wall around it because he's scared. He already know that. They
Well,
right
see,
by
he
Howard.
doing
He's
that.
scared.
He doing that because he know when he leaves, the attorney general from New York has already said that she is pressing charges against him, his daughter Ivanka, Jared Kushner,
what about
and
his
I
son
want to
too? His
say
son was doing
one
some
of his
scandalous
sons.
stuff.
I want to say Eric. I want to say the son Eric. So they're all getting charges pressed against them once he leave because right now he had like some kind of I'm trying to fix the camera. There we go. He has some kind of like presidential immunity almost like,
Uh-huh.
but
Right. Mhm.
once he leaves the office,
He
that's
knows
all
that though. That's the only thing we've heard about, but more people are doing that. It's gonna be way more people who
Way
are
more.
ready.
Way
and
more.
that's exactly why he is fighting tooth and nail to stay
Mm-hmm.
there because he
Mm-hmm.
knows if he leaves, it's a
It's on
wrap.
and popping.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble for sure.
That's okay, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
get Pookie and Day Day and Kiki and
Send my
them,
cousin them
and
up
we
there.
mm-hmm,
Okay,
get
we're gonna
him
get
up out of
Craig
there.
and them, all of them, all of them. They
Oh
all
my
coming.
goodness. Well, I had fun with you ladies tonight. I hope everybody really,
I
really
did as
enjoyed the
well.
show. And let me
I can't
highlight
wait for
this
my
real
book
quick.
and my shirt.
I
Once I
know.
get
I
I
the
can't
shirt,
wait
I'm
either.
gonna be flexing on here. But I can't wait for the
well,
book. I can't wait to read it, and you know I gotta go over and show Daddy and show it up. Like, look what I
Right.
got. I'm like, order me one.
yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody, across the screen, you can see where it says you can buy her Black children's book at youngblackvisionaries.com or on Amazon. The name of the book again is called Someone Black Invented That with a
Yes,
question
ma'am.
mark on the
Yes,
Yeah.
end.
ma'am.
Okay. So y'all
Yeah.
make sure y'all get her book. If y'all have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, if you're a teacher or daycare provider
Well,
and
Yes,
you
you just
want
ma'am.
want
to
to
get this
educate
book,
yourself.
if you want it for yourself, just to have in your own collection, because it's a Black author made by somebody who looks like you.
Right.
Go ahead and get that book, cop that book, because I'm sure get one for my grandbaby, and he or she ain't gonna be here till May. But that's gonna be in the baby shower gift bag. Hey, Edward said that's a short live. He said we did a real short live. We don't normally do lives as short.
It was a short one tonight, Edward.
Edward, just because you said that, I'll come back live a little later. I'll come back live a little later, Edward, but you better jump on the screen and talk to me.
Oh boy. You know what we said, Edward.
Mm-hmm. All right,
and we're gonna leave it at that.
Oh my goodness. But yes, thank you for joining us tonight on the Hood Table. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. You are a beautiful Black sister. I am so proud of you, and I hope this is one of many of your books.
Definitely.
It will be.
And always, you can hit me up. You can hit Carmel Diva up. Your mother is in our Facebook group, in our The Hood Table Facebook group. So whenever you feel free to join too if you like.
Of course.
We support people in there every weekend. It's like Follow Friday. Support our own Saturdays in our group. So on Follow Friday, everybody can drop their Facebook, IG, website, all that kind of stuff. And on Saturday, is support our own, and that's where you actually put up the products, posted up in our group. So we do that on the Hood Table. So anybody can join the Hood Table Facebook group. Edward said, "What time?" I'm coming right back on. Just give me a break. Let me go to the ladies' room, freshen up, and I'll be right back, Edward. Right back. So on that note, everybody, make sure you please like and share this video. Make sure you to her website and get that book. It's a beautiful book about Black inventors.
Yes.
Perfect. And get you a full winter wardrobe.
Yes. And it's perfect for Christmas. Christmas is right around the corner too.
Christmas is coming, and I'm gonna have a lot of stuff dropping for Christmas too.
Yep.
And I want you to go check out our The Hood Table website, because honey, we got more too.
I sure will. I sure will.
Yeah. So support
each other.
Support.
Right, we got to support and represent each other. So that's what we got to do.
And not only does she have the book over there, but again, she has T-shirts. She has all kind of clothing over there. So make sure you go to youngblackvisionaries.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody. And everybody, again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table YouTube channel. If you are not already subscribed to the Hood Table on YouTube, then I don't know what your problem is. Come on and subscribe to the Hood Table on YouTube.
Tell them to ring my bell.
Everybody stay safe, be blessed, stay diligent, and we out.
Vigilant.
Did I say vigilant? Good night, y'all. I'll be back in like 30 minutes, y'all, for everybody else.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.